my new YouTube cooking channel, Soufflé Girl, where I teach you how to cook food from all 50 years of Doctor Who. Today, we are making a roast dormouse, which was a favorite of Capaldi's character in the Fires of Pompeii. So you're going to need a half a block of tofu for this vegetarian version, and you're going to want to cut out a general mouse shape. Dormice were kept in cellars and in jars that were sort of like giant mouse cages, and bred just for Roman snacks. The name Dor does not come from a port, a door. It's because they were dormant for half of the year, so they were kind of easy to take care of. So once you get your desired mouse shape, you're going to want to take off the rough edges because mice aren't square. So just sort of turn around, try not to break it. Trim around the edges, give it a smoother edge. Do this on the top and the bottom. Okay, now that you have your mouse carved, sort of nice mousy shape, you're going to want to take a piece of your scraps and cut out a tail. And then just round it off as well. Okay. And now in our hind end, you're going to sort of make a square and take that out so that later you can insert the tail. You're also going to want to put in a pocket so that you can stuff them with walnuts, pine nuts, and dates, because they used to feed the dormice on these things, and I figured we would impart a little bit of that flavor. Okay, so then you need to take about a tablespoon of vegan chicken powder and coat your dormouse in it so that it gets more flavor. Okay, and just do all sides, don't forget to do the tail. Making sure that you get the chicken powder on the inside, and you're going to want to take a square of foil and spray that with cooking spray as well, and insert that into your pocket because the tofu will reseal itself. It will also attach the tail so that it won't fall out when it dehydrates. Once you get that done, you're going to want to stick this on a baking pan lined with foil and sprayed with cooking spray. And you're going to want to dry this out in a 250-degree oven for about an hour. Make sure you cover the tail with a foil cap so that it doesn't dry out too much. Now that your dormouse is dry, you are going to want to remove the foil from the inside. And I added some peppercorn eyeballs. The Romans were very fond of decorating their meats with fake eyeballs and whiskers and things. And if you don't want to do this with tofu, you can do this with chicken. I already have one cut up in the right shape and has been marinated. The recipe will be down below, and it is ready to go. And so we just need to make our stuffing. So each dormouse gets one date, about a quarter to a half a teaspoon of pine nuts, and one walnut. And this recipe comes straight from Apicius, who wrote down what I'd call a very sloppy cookbook. He simply has the spices that you need and says make it. There's no instructions or ingredients, measurements. So this is as close as you're going to get to dormouse, and it should taste very authentic. Okay, once you've got those all cut up, mush them together into sort of a paste. Divide it in half. flat log for you to fill your mouse with. Okay, and then just sort of smush that down. Put that on your baking tray. Now, since I'm cooking both of mine at the same time, I have made wells out of baking foil so that nothing gets cross-contaminated. You're going to do the same thing to your chicken. For your glaze, for your vegetarian dormouse, you're going to want to get a tablespoon of honey and melt it in a pan. Once that gets melted, you're going to add your spice blend according to Apicius, recipe down below. A 1/4 cup of Italian red wine. A tablespoon of vegan fish sauce, recipe will be down below. And a teaspoon of red wine vinegar. Just stir these all together. Until this reduces and becomes quite syrupy. You're going to do the same thing with the marinade that you used for the chicken. You're going to take it out of your plastic baggie, put it in a saucepan, and cook it until it has reduced. The sauce has reduced and has become quite syrupy. You're going to want to let it cool. Now that your sauce has cooled off a little but is still warm, you're going to want to baste this over your tofu. Be sure to get the tail. You're going to want to cover all the sides. Okay, and you do the same thing with your chicken mouse. You're going to want to stick this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, but keep an eye on it, because it could cook more quickly depending on the size of your chicken tender. Okay, so our mice have been in for 10 minutes and it's time to baste them with our reduced wine sauce. Always keep in mind not to cross-contaminate. Okay, and these will be going back in the oven for another 10 minutes. It's been 20 minutes and our tofu dormouse is done. And it is time to baste our chicken dormouse. Okay, so just gently, it's okay, you can put the tail back in. Gently scoop up your mouse. Finish it off with just a touch more of the glaze. And it's ready to serve with your ants and honey. Okay, so just adding a little more glaze to our chicken dormouse. Make sure to reserve some for the finishing product. He goes back in the oven for another 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, now that you've glazed your dormouse, it'll go back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes. Then another 5 or 6 minutes, and I believe that our chicken dormouse is cooked. So again, we're just going to delicately remove it from the pan. Sort of unstick it. Doesn't that look kind of creepy? Put it on your platter. Put the tail back. Okay. Add the rest of your glaze to your dormouse. Both of your dormice are done. You can continue to decorate them using rosemary as whiskers, and you can use thyme as ears or slivered almonds. And then you're going to serve them with ants and honey, as Peter Capaldi clearly asked for. So I don't really want to eat ants and honey, so I figured a good substitute would be toasted black sesame seeds instead of ants. I've just sort of eyeballed a half and half measurement, and then just stir them together. And you have an ancient Roman snack, which I recommend serving with ancient Roman wine. You can find the recipe here on my channel, Soufflé. If you enjoyed these recipes, please click the like button below. Send me your comments and photos of your own dormouse creations. I would love to see them. Finally got someone to try my roast dormouse. It looks so realistic that everyone else was grossed out.
Actually really good. Good. It looks disgusting though. Just so you know.
Did you get any stuffing in it yet?
Yep, that's what I'm going for right now.
I'm doing cuts.
Stuffing's good.
So do you give this a thumbs up?
I give it a thumbs up for flavor, but it definitely looks like a rat, and that's disgusting.